Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. Chris here, aka Big Will, and today we have two games for you. We are away against league leaders Cambridge and then at home against Fleetwood. Since you were last with us, form has been at best sketchy, to be honest. We haven't won in our last 7 league games, obviously one of which was against Walsall, which was in the previous episode. Since then, in the league, we have drawn 4 of our last 5 games. The last one was a 1-0 defeat to Carlisle. So we're very much draw specialists at the moment this season. But at the same time, we are very tough to beat. So the defeat to Carlisle, a bit frustrating. We conceded in, I think it was the 3rd minute. So we just couldn't get ourselves back in the game. Goals are a bit of a problem. Defensively, I'm not too worried, to be quite honest. I know we've had a couple of 2-2 draws in there. League Two is a very competitive league, though. You're bound to concede a few goals here and there. But from a general perspective, we've not been that bad. When you take a look at the actual League Two table, we're sat in mid-table, 12th place. It's exactly where we wanted to be. We've only conceded 8 goals, and only league leaders Cambridge have conceded less. They've conceded 5, and we've only scored 11. That's where the problem is. Northampton are having a similar issue, but they have managed to win a few more games, and they've only scored 10. So realistically, we're third or fourth worst in terms of scoring, but defensively, we're one of the best teams in the league. So it's very hit and miss at the moment, and I'm not going to change things as things stand. I want our young players that we've managed to bring in, especially Joselito, to try and settle himself down. He does still want to leave, but I'm hoping that with regular game time, he will settle a little bit. And in doing so, he may start to pick up his form. Um, but it has been a struggle. But we're still on 17 points after 12 games. Realistically, we want to get more points than we do matches played. So if we can get around the 50-point mark come the end of the season, I would consider that a good campaign, to be quite honest. But just one defeat in our opening 12 games, which was in that last game. Yes, 8 games have been draws in our 12, but I don't think that's too bad, to be quite honest. I think considering the board just want us to try and stay in the division, and the players that we had at the start of the season expected us to be fighting at the bottom of the table, I think we can be very pleased with where we're at. Today's going to be a really tough test, though. We are away as well against Cambridge, the league leaders. So we just have to go out there and try our best and see if we can get a result. We've got Mulden in goal today. Beddoe and Noyle are the fullbacks, with Joe and Sutton in the centre of defence. Caddick, Wellens and Taylor are anchoring that midfield, with Frith on the left, Roberts on the right, and Joselito remaining up front. He is still requesting a transfer. He is wanted by Hull and Luton. We signed him on a free. If we can get £600,000 for him, I'm quite happy to let him go, to be quite honest. At the end of the day, it's all profit, and then we can see where we end up from there. In terms of the bench, we've got a good variety of players in there. We haven't actually got a centre back on the bench, so I think, I mean, to be fair, we've got the fullbacks, haven't we? So Beddoe can come into the centre back. So I think we've got okay cover from the bench as well. Balogun really struggling to break into the team at the moment. He is a good player, but obviously, having signed Patrick Roberts as well, it is a bit of an issue to get him into the side at the moment. Obviously, we've still got Taylor as well. Transfer window has been and gone, so he is with us until at the very least January, which is ideal because he, as you've seen in multiple episodes now here, he is a very key player for us. He got that brilliant free kick on the opening day, a really good goal in one of the other games that we played. I neglect to remember which one. So, yeah, I'm optimistic. I think is the best term. We've been tough to beat, which is ideal. And I mean, it's given us the option there, end this poor run of form. We haven't won in a while, but we've only lost one league game this season. So, to be quite honest, I think that's a little bit harsh. Um, I'll tell the lads I expect to win. Realistically, we're against the top of the league. It's going to be very tough to do so. But from a general perspective, I think we're more capable than the team believes they're capable of. I think, and obviously it's my job to try and get them to believe that. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on today. Um, Obviously, Cambridge have had a really good start to the season, being top of the league. We are 10 points off the pace that they've set at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on. If we can stay reasonably strong defensively, as we have done throughout the campaign, we could end up getting a result, which, again, we've not won many matches, but if we get a draw against league leaders, to me, that is a good result. And from what I can see here, it is going to be a very tough ask. They are dominating proceedings at the moment, creating a lot of opportunities, and we are very much not even in the game at the moment. Morrison here with a delivery into the penalty area, and it has gone over the bar. Fairgrieve with the header, but he couldn't direct it. We are going to demand more because, like I said, we've not really created anything at the moment. And in the opening half an hour, it's not really good enough. Nuku into Morrison. Hoddle plays it back to Fairgrieve. And now Asimwe into Walton Head. Knocks it forward into Forshaw, who's in behind. He manages to get to the penalty area. Walton Head into Hoddle. And that's a really good save from Mulden. And he's actually made that number one spot his own now. When we're picking the team, the assistant manager is actually going for him over Hudson now. So that is good to see. Patrick Roberts finds the space for Taylor. Chance to get it into the penalty area. Cuts across, gets brought down. There's no foul there. And Charlie Wellens now tried to play the pass, and it was a lazy ball. And I mean, Bolster's gone over there. The number 4 should have tracked him, and he didn't. That was Sutton. Sutton should be trying to get to that ball, and he didn't even try, which isn't good enough, to be quite honest. We can't be giving their striker that amount of space. And in a first half where we've not had, well, we've just had our first attempt at goal, apparently. I'll take it at 0-0. Based on those match stats, we are robbing Cambridge at the moment. I'm letting them know that we're not happy with the performance, and hopefully we can try and build a little bit of momentum in this second half. Taylor just holding on to possession there at the start of the second half. Again, it really irritates me with those little weird highlights just after kickoff. It's really not necessary in the key highlights package, really. And one day it'll surprise me and we'll go and score from one of those opportunities. But until then, I remain very much against those highlights. Nuku with the ball in hand, and they start to build from the back once again. And we're getting to a point where I'm going to have to make some changes. Taylor, Frith, Joselito, they're all not playing well at all. Walton Head here for Cambridge, getting round the outside of the fullback, and there is the goal for Forshaw, and it has been coming. And I'm going to berate the lads because we've not even seen any of the ball. Joselito is going to come off for Harriet, and Dixon Bonner is going to come on for Taylor. And Frith has been poor as well, so Akintola can come on for him. And we just need to give a fresh injection in this game. Like I say, the other performances we've had, we've not played badly. We've just really lacked that killer instinct. I mean, the fullbacks haven't had good games either. Gubajumo and Nixon can come on as well. We'll just freshen it up. I mean, I am taking it into perspective. We are against the league leaders, who I believe were, I think, in League One either last year or the year before. But, you know, this isn't good enough. We have to at least be creating opportunities. I know we've been struggling in front of goal. I don't want to change the formation. I know comments will say to me to try and change the formation up and change tactically a little bit. But the thing is, we're not losing many matches. I know it's not looking good in this game right now, but for the majority of the fixtures, for a team that's supposed to be getting nearly relegated, I'm quite happy with how things are going at the moment. Obviously, in a few games' time, if that changes, then we'll have to have a look at it and see what happens. But until then, I will remain, and that is a big error. Well, we've actually been given a free kick, so we got away with that one. That should have been a second goal. And Again, we're going to demand a little bit more. Gubajumo down the left-hand side to Akintola. Back to Gubajumo. Now Wellens into Gubajumo again. Joe launches it forward. Dixon Bonner's not going to win that header, but Wellens does well to pick it up. Finding Akintola. He's going to shoot from distance, and I mean, it's just miles over. We've got to be building chances a little bit more. I mean, we've got a very good forward in Joselito, and we do the same with him. Kane Harrott's come on, and again, he's just not being played into the game at all there. I mean, we had two players ahead of Akintola there in Dixon Bonner and Harrott, and he didn't even try to find the pass. He just tried for the glory, which, granted, is positive, but we need to be just a little bit better mentally here. We need to just control the opportunities. And Dixon Bonner's been played in, squares it for Harrott. It's come for Roberts, and he plays it in, and it's a good block by the defender. And that time it worked a little bit better, but we just couldn't get the strike through to test the goalkeeper. And in the second half, to be fair, we have improved. We have created a few more opportunities. And Kean Harrott has managed to pick it up here. And there's no support there. I mean, players should be pushing forward there. We are in a positive mentality, and the players are supposed to be pushing further forward when we're in possession. And Harrott just had no support, and Burns has played it in. And Molden's made a big mistake again there. And luckily, the header goes over. I do still rate Molden in goal, to be honest. He's been absolutely peppered today, one way or another. But we've never really been in that match. And very disappointing, but that's two consecutive 1-0 defeats. And again, in front of goal is a big problem. We need to have a serious think about what we're doing. It was a midweek game, and notoriously we haven't been very good with midweek matches either. But yeah, it's not looking too promising for us at the moment. Fleetwood are now in the playoff places as well, so it is two tough games today. So yeah, we've got to figure things out at the moment and see if we can just have a bit of a push. Been told to hold a team meeting, so morale is clearly a little bit low. Just try and build the morale a little bit ahead of that game against Fleetwood, which is only in a couple of days' time. So bear with me. We'll come back for that one, and hopefully we can see a bit of an upturn in form, especially in front of goal. Okay then, guys, here we go for the game at home to Fleetwood. Joselito has been criticised by the media as well. We know he wants to leave, but he's our best option up front, realistically. He needs to just try and get a goal. If he can get a goal, I think his confidence will start to improve a little bit, but until then, it is going to be a little bit of a struggle, I think. We've still got him doing a bit of the running as the channel forward in possession with the centre forward out of possession as the target. So I think he's capable. He's just not quite getting the run at the moment. Frith is going to start ahead of Akintola today on that left-hand side again. Dixon Bonnet and Cartwright are coming into the central midfield. Back four sees Gubajumo coming at centre-back with Bedo and coming at left-back, sorry, with Bedo moving to centre-back with Sutton Joe. Struggling just a touch fitness-wise. He's not been in the best of form. But, I mean, he's one of our best players, if not the best player at the club. So we will certainly take that with a pinch of salt. Balogun as well, we're going to bring onto the bench today and give him a chance at some point during the match. And yeah, hopefully we can at least get ourselves a goal today. To be honest, it's the biggest concern. Like I say, losing 1-0 to the league leaders isn't a bad result. It's just a struggle in front of goal. Obviously, Fleetwood chasing the playoffs at the moment. It'll be interesting to see whether we can break them down as well. And yeah, we'll just go from there. I'm not too sure what to expect from today, as I am any day at this moment in time. It's been a very tough transition here, I think, for Oldham as well. Um, but having drawn 8 games out of 13, it does show that we're tough to beat. Here's Joselito switching the play to this left-hand side. Declan Frith, good control. Charging down the wing. That's a good delivery. Joselito's not going to win the header, though. Patrick Roberts cuts inside and finds Joselito. And after that chat with him, he finally ends his goal drought. It's only his third of the season, but really good positional play. And again, we've put the ball in the box. That's the important thing. And Patrick Roberts just hitting the byline, and the defenders didn't want to get a touch on it. I think the defender actually did take a slight knock onto that ball, but Joselito managed to get there ahead of the goalkeeper, Vigouroux, and we take the lead in the opening 5 minutes. That's a big, big goal for him, and hopefully he can build on that. It'll be a big confidence boost for Joselito, that hopefully. Good header there from Sutton. Now Taylor couldn't quite hold on to possession, and Bonds now into Al-Madani. In one of the previous games, I mean, it's happened a couple of times when we've taken the lead, just a couple of minutes later, we do concede, and that was very nearly the case here. Milton there with a header, but luckily off target. Joselito picking it up here just outside the penalty area. Good control from him. Plays it back to Declan Frith. Can he get a strike away? He tries to cut inside, and he had an opportunity for the shot there, and realistically, he should have taken it. Noyle here to Patrick Roberts, back into Noyle, and now Roberts, chance to get it into the penalty area again. Tries to cut back into the penalty area, and it appears that we've managed to win a penalty kick. And this could be a big opportunity to go 2-0 up, and it's going to be Patrick Roberts to take. We're only 12 minutes in, and it's Patrick Roberts, and it's finished superbly into the bottom corner. Vigouroux did go the right way, incidentally. I was a little bit concerned for a moment. And it's a 4th goal of the season since signing on deadline day for Patrick Roberts. He has been the standout performer, as I suspected he would. He is very much the star man in this Oldham side, aside of the 2 young Brazilians, of course, and Taylor in the attacking midfield slot. But to sign a player of his quality with his experience, I think is invaluable to the team. Brooks here into Hughes. Knocking it forward. Good header from Sutton. Cartwright nods it on to Frith, who picks it up now. We are finding a good amount of space on this left-hand side, it seems. Frith here to Taylor. That's a great touch to get past Tobin, and Taylor into the penalty area. That's a lovely strike and a really good piece of goalkeeping from Vigouroux to tip it round his left-hand post. A really, really good save, that one. And it remains 2-0, but plenty of chances here being created from our perspective. Good to see us looking a little bit more upbeat in our play. This could be a big confidence boost. Roberts plays it forward into Taylor now. Taylor down the right-hand side. Gets past his man again. Great dribbling from him. Switches it to Frith. Plays it back to Gubajumbo, and he tried to pass it to Joselito. And again, he had the space to take a shot there. He's lofted it over again here. Brooks heading clear. It's come for Frith. That's a lovely effort. And it was a very disguised effort, to be fair, that from Declan Frith. And in the end, just trickles wide of the post. And he used the defender very, very well there to guide that out. And Noyle here with the corner, swung into the near post. Dixon Bonner heads it on, and Taylor with a very, very poor header from 6-yard area. And it goes flying over the crossbar. We've had opportunities to completely kill this game off here. And I'm just hoping that this could be a sign of things to come. We seem to have woken up all of a sudden. And yeah, fingers crossed this continues toward the end of this first half and into the second half. Roberts, Noyle and Dixon Bonner just exchanging passes between the 3 of them. Sutton into Bedo. Again, we're just knocking it across the defence at the moment. Dixon Bonner with a nice splitting pass into Patrick Roberts. Gets down to that right-hand side. Hits the byline, crosses it in. It's a poor cross, really, for that from Roberts. Cartwright's header, powerful. Finds Declan Frith. Gubajumo brought down by Adigan Lane. And it is another free kick. And an opportunity to whip this in. There's a couple of players free in the centre there. Patrick Roberts with the free kick. Well, he's gone for goal, and he's hit the crossbar, and it almost came back for, I think it was, I don't know who it was, to be honest. And it's another attempt at goal. and Vigouroux manages to make the claim. I don't even know who it was in the end that nearly got onto the end of that. But it remains 2-0. But this has been a much better performance from the lads. And Noyle here picks it up with a chance to move down that right-hand side again. Patrick Roberts into Dixon Bonner, back into Roberts again. And you got to remember, we've rotated the midfield a little bit today as well, with the likes of Cartwright and Dixon Bonner coming in. But because we've signed players that can all play first team, the rotational options are good enough to be started in this league. So I think we've done really well with the recruitment this year. As the ball over the top is poor there from Bedo, and it remains 2-0. But what a performance in this first half. We've completely dominated proceedings. And I think we can feel a little hard done by that it's only 2-0, to be quite honest. But this is a really, really good performance. And to be quite honest, as things stand, we're only 4 points from third place. So, look, I'm not counting, I'm not looking at promotion at all. I never was doing. But in terms of form, it looks bad when we've drawn so many matches. But the league is so tight at the moment. One win can very much spearhead your season and really give you a push toward those playoffs. It's very, very tight in this league table at the moment. And we just need to continue doing what we're doing in the second half. And hopefully we can see the game out quite comfortably. Noyle here with the throw, plays it into Taylor, back into Noyle, who's got the space to run here, plays it across, and Taylor was there. And what a fantastic bit of defending that was to manage to get that clear. It should have been a definite third goal again. But yeah, just lacking a little bit of quality with our finishing, I think, today. It could have been a cricket score based on the way things have gone. And good header clear again from Bedo. Now Joselito coming down that left-hand side. He's got Taylor in support if he can find him. He's still going here, Joselito. Plays it back to Declan Frith. Joselito trying to get back into the penalty. Great switch of play. And Patrick Roberts is there with the header. I mean, where did he come from? We didn't see him at all within that. But what a switch of play from Declan Frith. I mean, it was a lovely ball across from Frith. What a delivery that is. And Patrick Roberts at the far post, unmarked with the header. And Vigouroux, I mean, he had no time to set himself. We've got that deserved third goal. That is a really, really good piece of play. Well played, Declan Frith. Brilliant, brilliant delivery. And Patrick Roberts rating at 9.9 now. We are struggling a little bit fitness-wise. He is on a hat-trick, Patrick Roberts, so a little bit low to bring him off, but we do want to keep him as fresh as we can. Balogun, of course, he deserves to get a bit of game time, so he will come on today. And Quigley's not actually played a single match for us so far. So we'll bring him on for Joselito for his first appearance of the season. And in terms of defensive fitness, I think we're okay still at the moment. So we'll just stick with the two changes for now. And we'll rest Joselito and Roberts for the remainder of the game. Just give them a little bit of time just to regain themselves. There's a lot of matches in this league. They come thick and fast. We've got cup games to think about as well. It's all happening. Declan Frith here with a corner. Swings it into that centre of the penalty area. And it's cleared away, but Balogun picks it up on that far side, gets past his man, cuts into the penalty area. He's completely left alone. And Dixon Bonner's ball has been completely deflected. And Declan Frith in the end is wide open. And he missed the target. That is very poor from him. And again, we'll just pause there for a moment. Again, struggling just a touch fitness-wise. So we'll get Wellens on and Harrott as well. And we'll just switch those two around, get Dixon Bonner on the left. I don't know if either of them can really play that role, not really. So Kin Harrott can just play in behind. And then Nixon can come on for Gubajumo at left back. It's the only thing I will say with Nixon, he can cover right back and left back. So that versatility will help us in the long run, I think. Where he's concerned, it'll help as well, just to get that bit of extra game time. So he's not the best player by far, but he will be very useful throughout the course of the season. But that is the best match that we've played this season in terms of goal scoring and result. In terms of shot and chance creation, I think we are very much on point today, and we very much deserved a bigger win than even that. We could have easily got 5 or 6 goals today, and we need to just build on that. That is a fantastic performance, and fingers crossed, it's a sign of things to come. Bit of positivity in the squad, which is exactly what we needed. Um, Patrick Roberts, brilliant performance from him, goal and an assist, and Joselito at last back on the score sheet as well. We can be very, very pleased with that result. It gets us back to winning ways. We've got some tough games to come as well. South Shields away, Yeovil in the FA Cup first round at home. I'm not too worried about the first round of the FA Cup. If we can get through, it'd be ideal. Obviously, we just want if we can get in the third round and get a big away tie, that would be ideal. But realistically, the league is what we've got to focus on. So in terms of what's going to come up next, just because I'm a Manchester City fan, I'm tempted to come back for the game against City's under 21s, but I'm not going to. We'll probably come back for a couple of games after that. Maybe the end of November, like some Tranmere and Chesterfield potentially. Um, get a few more league games out of the way. I mean, that's FA Cup first round. That's Virtue Trophy. So there's only a couple. There's only 3, 4 league games there. So we'll probably come back toward the end of November, and hopefully we can make a big boost forward from that win against Fleetwood and continue in that frame of mind. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.